Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Boga. In the name of the Almighty God, the most gracious and most merciful, I send peace and blessings to everyone. I would like to thank everyone for being here today, because there are so many places where you could be right now, but always sacrifice your precious time to attend these global sessions that we always have in the financial markets, the forex market and cryptocurrency market, but particularly in the cryptocurrency market and the Utrading artificial intelligence robots. This is something that I, Arafat, appreciate so much, and other leaders that really appreciate so much. So I would like to thank everyone that has joined us via the Google meeting and via the TikTok live. Really, I'm so grateful, and I'm really so happy to see the dedication, to see the commitment that always members join these sessions. That really communicates something very big, that people are getting value and people are enjoying and learning the sessions. Because as believers, I always remind you, my dear friends, that God on several occasions reminds us in the Holy Bible and in the Holy Quran to always seek for knowledge and guidance. And God himself is the best example. Because why? When God wanted us to know that is only one who's supposed to be worshipped, that these are the laws that we should follow, and these are the things that we should avoid, God made sure that he sent messengers or his prophets to mankind. And if you look at the holy books, God tells us that he sent to every nation a messenger. Every nation a messenger, because God never wanted people to say that, we never received your message. He made sure that each nation received a messenger. And that messenger, when he went to his or her nation, God sent every person to his nation, because he wanted, for example, that Arafat, if I send you to Uganda, you can communicate to Uganda so that Ugandans understand. For example, if God said that now Prophet Musa or Prophet Moses, I'm sending you, for example, to maybe to the Arabs, you need to make sure that you know the Arabic language. So that is very important to understand. So if God did that thing, that means that we should also ensure that in anything that you want to understand about, there is someone who's good at it. Kindly make sure that you identify that person so that you seek the right knowledge and guidance. So that thing is very important for everyone to understand. So I'm really very grateful that members really found value in these sessions and me as a trainer, so that they come here and join me so that we learn together. Because at the end of the day, when I also come to present, something adds onto me. Because when I'm going to present, I make sure that I also read in advance, I make more research, meaning that you also make me learn something. So before we proceed with our presentation, allow me to share something small, as always, before we proceed. So the word of today is a reflection that we should have. So I always tell you members that when we're on such sessions, expect two things on these sessions. First of all, you'll get the worth of your time and you'll get your money's worth. So we get two things. And also we make sure that we learn the three financial lessons. These sessions help us to learn how to make the money. We learn how to multiply the money. We learn how to invest the money, and we learn how to keep the money. That is a reminder for everyone. If it's your first time here, that is why we have such sessions. And there is no best thing that we could talk about right now than money, because everything requires money. Everything that you think about, that you talk about, requires money. To be a good uncle, to be a good friend, to be a good dad, to be a good wife, to be a good daughter, a good son, you need to have something. So now the word is here. What if that friend that you consider rich and stingy is struggling to pay a huge debt? Hopefully, Mr. Buga, my screen is shared. Can you see it? Okay, thank you very much. So, what if that friend you assume that is ignoring you is battling depression or spending his or her life savings on medication? There are hidden pains and tears behind many faces. Some smile while they bleed. Everybody looks okay until you have a deep conversation with them. Then you realize that this is a sad generation of people that are struggling to survive through smiling faces and pretty pictures. So spread love and check up on that friend of yours. Stop assuming and do not be too fast to condemn or judge people. That is the message for today before we go into our session. So tonight, this is episode 13 of the Utrading Ultimate Technical Session. We have been having different episodes. We started with episode 1. And right now, this is the episode 13. So if you missed those episodes previously, we have all those episodes uploaded on the YouTube channel of Coach Ssebadduka Arafat. If you need those sessions, make sure that you request for them, then they will be sent to you. You can request them on the WhatsApp group that you're on for Utrading. If you have my WhatsApp number, you can reach out to me to request for them. Because trust me, someone who has been here with us from episode 1 to the current episode, we can't really compare that person with someone who has just joined us along the way. Because the other person started from the very, very vital thing. And remember, everything is important. The reason why we have this technical session is that we understand the Utrading artificial intelligence robot. I always tell people that you can't do something you don't understand. You can't set your trades when you don't understand. If you set them, you're going to lose your money. It is the same thing with very many things. You can't start up a business that you do not understand and you expect results. You can't. You can't just say that because I have $1 million, let me go into real estate just because you have money. What if you buy wrong property? What if you buy fake property? Because you haven't used lawyers to verify or approve the property that you are buying. So it is the same thing with business. That is why we see the issue. Capital can be an issue. Most people can't have the capital. But again, we have seen people with capital again failing to register success. And the issue has been not the capital, but because someone is ignorant on how to use the application. And don't take ignorance as something bad. We are all ignorant about something. Not that because Arafat, God has blessed me with the knowledge to understand Utrading, that I know everything. No, I also don't know everything. There are some fields where you reach, and Arafat, I need assistance. And that might be a field where you are good at or where you're a professional. That is why we all need each other. So as I'm logging in into my Utrading application, you have to make sure that your application is up to date. That is very important. If you see your application slowing down, make sure that it's up to date. Any application, let it be WhatsApp. If you try to do something and it's slow, mainly because your application is out of date. It's like our body systems, we need to eat so that we have the energy to do different tasks. So recently, we had looked at this home page. So here down on these 5 options down here where you see home, markets, trades, bought, and assets, we were looking at the markets part. And we said within markets, it's like saying that you are into a phone business, but you have gone maybe to an industrial center where phones are manufactured. Then you see the iPhones, then you see the Samsung phones, you see the Techno phones, you see these small button phones, you see all different types of phones. Then you decide, you make a selection based on how you understand the market and your consumers. Because we don't just buy. We don't just buy, we first understand the consumers. That is very important. It's very important. You can't go to the village and say that the tuition or school fees will be $1,000 per student. You are targeting a wrong audience, the wrong population. But if you come to a city center, for example, in Uganda, we can say maybe Kololo, Muyenga, those areas where the rich stay, $1,000, it's okay, they will pay the money. So this is the same thing this side. So recently we looked at the markets and we saw different crypto assets. The markets show you the different crypto assets and their performance. And we looked at this. For example, today, Bitcoin has appreciated by 4.44%. What does this mean? This means that, for example, someone who is good at analyzing the market, because I told you this is a lifetime money-making skill, meaning that if that person had $1,000, Bitcoin has moved 4.4%. This person has made $44 today. If the person had $10,000, 4.44%, the person has made clean $444. That is what we call knowledge. And people in different businesses have made some money. Today, as people, we have all reached our homes. Someone has made $10, someone has not made anything, someone has made $1 million today, someone has closed that deal. So it's all about what you know and execute. So here, below markets, you see favor. Favor is an abbreviation for favorites. So most of the cryptocurrencies that you are using here, they are shown as favorites. And these favorites are the major traded crypto assets within the Utrading application. And it doesn't only stop on Utrading. These assets, if you see them, even globally, they're the most traded. Because if you see Bitcoin, the most traded cryptocurrency, look at Ethereum, look at Solana, XRP, and here look at the bottom one called XAG stroke USDT. I told you last time that we have this one, the one having XAU, that stands for gold. Gold. So now imagine gold, because if we look at the Forex market, one of the most traded commodities is gold. So here we see assets or commodities that are most traded. So now here, for example, you're going to take an example of Bitcoin. Up here, they show you BTC stroke USDT. Then below there, they show you the 24-hour volume, the 24-hour traded volume. That means that the liquidity, the money, the inflows and outflows of Bitcoin in 24 hours is $7.16 billion. My God. $7.16 billion in the last 24 hours. All these assets have their 24-hour volume. Ethereum having 3.45. So they show you the volume. So now these assets or commodities are listed just in a random order. But now someone might say, Arafat, I am a person who wants things clearly. For example, you can tell me, I want these assets or commodities with being ranked from the highest volume to the lowest volume. How can I get that? Come here. Are you seeing above BTC? We have the volume, VOL. Just tap on it once. So I'm going to tap on VOL once. What is going to happen? See, they're going to change them. You click there. You click there. You can click there twice until you see them listed. So now you see, they are being listed with their performance, because Bitcoin is performing the best. Ethereum comes second. Solana, you can look through the list. They are ranked according to their trading volume. You can click volume again. If you click again, you'll find out that it will go back to the default order. So, and now if you click volume again, now are you seeing? Now they're being listed in a descending order, meaning that they're starting from the lowest traded in the 24 hours, which is XAG. If I'm not mistaken, that is silver. So now see, it is having $20 million in the last 24 hours in Utrading. So look, TRX Tron comes in the second position, having 20.5. So this is the descending order from the lowest to the highest. That's why you see Bitcoin is down. So you can click volume again. Now here they brought us to their order. So that is how you see the volume. So now we also have the class. Class is also the same thing. They list them in order because we have different classes. So now if you click class, because now we see all these assets are in class A. We saw this last time. Are you seeing A? If we had B and we clicked maybe class, the A assets would be listed first. Then the B would be below. The C would be below. We are going to see this when we see all assets. We are going to see this. So now we have the price here. Price. So the price will mean that these assets will be listed starting from the highest, the one having the highest price currently to the lowest. So if I click price, what is going to happen? Are you seeing? Now this is just the random. Let me click price again. Now are you seeing? Now this is, sorry. Yes, yes, this is the ascending order, showing from the highest to the lowest. And you see, Bitcoin is the highest, $78,941. Ethereum, 2,399. Scroll down. Oh, this is not the order because now this gold must be here. So let me click on it again. Yes. So this is the ascending order from the highest to the lowest, because Bitcoin has the highest price followed by gold. Gold has 4,736. Ethereum comes in the third position. You can see they're in the ascending order from the highest to the lowest. So if you want the descending order, starting from the lowest to the highest, click price. If you click price, we are going to see what is going to happen. They're going to start. Now are you seeing? Doge has the lowest price, which is $0.0973 each Doge coin. ADA or Cardano in the second position, 0.253. Are you seeing? Are you seeing how they start from the lowest till Bitcoin, the highest at the bottom? So we have seen also the price. So after seeing the price, we have what we call the 24-hour CHD. CHD means change, the 24-hour change. That means that what is the performance percentage? Because the percentage can be in red, negative, an asset has depreciated in value, or it can be green. So let not anyone ever deceive you that these assets, whether you're trading Forex or cryptocurrencies, an asset can not only have green in all the 24 hours. We are going to have moments where Bitcoin is going to be in red, the 24-hour change. Right now, we see Bitcoin is leading. It has appreciated today by 4.38%. And if we click on 24-hour change, guess what? It's first going to be listed from the ascending order to the descending, meaning that they're going to show us performance from the best to the worst. So if I click 24-hour change, guess what we are going to see? So let us see. Are you seeing? From the best to the worst. Are you seeing? Because TRX at the bottom, it is the one which has performed poorly today. It has depreciated by negative 1.25%. But this doesn't mean that someone has not made money from TRX. Because when we are trading cryptocurrencies or Forex, because in cryptocurrencies, we have what we call futures trading, the study of the market movements. And you decide to either place a long position or a short position, meaning that you are expecting the market to either move up or down. It's the same thing in Forex trading. So now TRX, to see it in negative, it doesn't mean that someone has not made money from it. Someone who studied the market language of TRX or the Tron knew that this coin is going to depreciate in value. And this person placed a sell position or a short position, and that person is in profits. So this has been the favorites. So now also markets, we have different, how can I call them? Different varieties. It is like saying that we have iPhones, but we have iPhone 8, we have iPhone X, we have iPhone 11, iPhone 12, iPhone 17. We have different iPhones. We have Samsung phones, but we have the Notes, we have the Ultras, we have the A's, we have the S, we have different varieties. So also in the cryptocurrencies, we have different varieties. And by the end of this technical session and the technical sessions to come, you will know which class of cryptocurrency should you trade. What are the advantages of trading class A? What are the advantages of trading class B? What are the disadvantages of trading class A? What are the disadvantages of trading class B? Because here, we are here to explain to you the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages, so that you be aware. I'm not here just to sugarcoat, to show you that, oh, everything is perfect. I'm here to show you everything. What will make you make money? What will make you lose money? What you should be aware of, what you should be keen of. That is why I'm here. So now, next to favorites, we have the new. If you click new, what comes in your mind if you hear the word new? New means that these are the cryptocurrencies that are being listed. They are new into the market. That's what it means. They are new into the market. That's what it means. It's like saying that iPhone 17, it's just a new released iPhone. So now, Utrading puts this clearly, and I love this. It tells you notes. New coins are subject to high volatility. Have you seen that note above there? Note, new coins are subject to high volatility. And I always tell people that volatility is what makes us make money in both the Forex market and the crypto market. Because volatility means it's like the fuel that helps these currencies to move up or down. That's what volatility means. The power that enables them to move up or move down. Remember, I told you, we make money in both ways, whether the asset has moved up or down. If you are doing futures trading in crypto, those in Forex, for them, they only do that, whether up or down. But in crypto, we also have what we call spot trading. I told people that spot trading is long-term investing. So now I want you to have a mindset of futures trading. If you are here now, leave spot, let us switch to futures. Because if you're looking for daily profit making, that is futures trading. That will give you that. So switch your mind to futures trading, the crypto traders. The Forex traders, we are still on the same page. So we have seen the 24-hour change. You can change them. I've explained this. You might want them to be shown to you from the best performer to the worst performer. You can click 24-hour change like I've clicked mine to see this information. And Utrading is very clearly, it shows you the first listing that has been added that someone can trade within Utrading. It's called Edge stroke USDT. And they show you that this coin is tradable both in spot and futures. Not all coins are tradable, both in spot and futures. Some are only tradable in spot, others in futures. You can see. Now this coin Genius, the second one, you can only trade it in futures market. Come here. See now this coin called Inter, for Inter Milan, a club from Italy. So Inter, it can only be traded in spot. This is what I'm explaining. And here in the middle, they show you the dates this currency was being listed. So Edge was being listed by Utrading in 2026, the current year that we are in April on 13th, today, this is 22nd today, but it was listed on 13th. You can see, you can go through the dates and you can see their performance. So before I leave the new, I would like to put this very clearly. I, Arafat, according to my experience in trading, I wouldn't recommend anyone to trade new listed coins unless you have thorough information about it. I can give very many examples, but let me give an example of Trump coin. I think even allow me to go to the coin market cap to show you. Very many people bought that Trump coin. Some had inboxed me earlier and I had told them something. Because for me, I told them that I wouldn't advise you to invest much. Why? Because new listed cryptocurrencies, even if it is listed on Binance, that you don't know, when it is being brought onto these big exchanges, the early investors are leaving it, are selling it. Because you'll find that a cryptocurrency is listed on Binance at $10, yet someone bought it at $0.1. So if this person invested $100 back then, when this currency was not listed on Binance, this person got 1,000 shares. But now when it came to Binance, each share is at $10. Someone is seeing $10,000. Don't forget the rule of business. We all invest to make profits. Someone will have to take out profits. Some will take out the whole money. And if withdrawals are constant, that is why you see even the asset that has been being at a higher price. For example, you saw it at $10, it drops down massively to $1, even below. That thing can happen. So make sure when you're going to invest in it, you know the fundamental analysis. What is its long term? Because a cryptocurrency, okay, can go down, but when we know it's going to come up again, because of the project, its creators didn't come to steal money and run. The reason why many cryptocurrencies no longer make all-time highs, no longer do what we call the bull run, it's because of that. We have very many cryptocurrencies, and most of them are not meant for long term. The developers of them are targeting something. After that, they just leave. We have seen this. So we are going to see the facts are here. Let me show you this coin. Let me show you the statistics. You see this coin? On January 19th last year, because those were periods when President Trump just became a president. So there was hype on this coin. See, it reached $75. $75. But now this is the coin which is at $2, 2.9, almost $3. Meaning that someone who invested $1,000 when it was at 75, he got 13 Trump coins. Now when it is at $3, see, $39, where you invested $1,000, it is worth $39. Oh my God. So as it is, don't say that, hey, Arafat, now you're scaring. Even these things happen in physical businesses. You start up a business with $10,000, the business collapses when even you can't get $100 from it. So as they happen in physical businesses, it can happen this side. As long as, I repeat this word, you do something you don't understand. So make sure you are keen of these currencies. Make sure you consult someone who's better than you. That is why we are here. Make sure you consult your applying your coach about that cryptocurrency you want to invest in. Because we do not just invest in. Mr. Bug and Mr. Joshua, they can testify about this. Personally, I had some classes with them, some private classes. They know how to do the fundamental analysis. They know how to look at the roadmap of a cryptocurrency, not just investing in. Because Arafat has told you, you need to make research. Because very many people do not know how to do the fundamental analysis, the technical analysis, and the sentiment analysis. At the end of the day, ending up being disappointed. I, Arafat, have also been a victim. of these cryptocurrencies. They tell you that Arafat, this is going to work. You invest your money. Some even you see zero. People can testify. Where you invested $10,000, you see zero. That can happen. So you need to make sure that you are keen as much as you can. So if you are new, avoid trading new listed cryptocurrencies. Avoid them for your peace of mind, unless they're being recommended by someone who you know that is truly knowledgeable and an expert in what he or she does. So after looking at the new category, then we have all. So all means all categories of cryptocurrencies. All categories are here. All of them. Now, are you seeing this? Are you seeing D? The D on this coin called RAVE. So that is a class category that I was explaining about. Now you see this coin falls in category D, class D. Amazing. This is really fantastic. Now we have them in class C. They're being shown. You see these in class B. Someone might say, Coach Arafat, for me, I don't like this mixture, A and D. I want A to be A. What do? Click on class as I showed you in the start. If you click class, they're going to put them in order. Now are you seeing? They're starting from class A, A. After class A, now we are seeing B. Are you seeing? After B, we shall see C. After C, you will see D. From the ascending to descending order. Are you seeing? Now someone might tell me, Coach Arafat, for me, I want them to start from category D. Again, click class. If you click class, they will be shown from the descending order, starting from the lowest class to the highest class. Because the lowest class that you see here is called class D. So these classes are not just being put there for fun. They show the quality, how strong a project is, how strong a cryptocurrency is, how reliable is it. It's like saying that you're going to buy a phone. Someone is going to buy iPhone 17. You're going to buy, for example, iPhone 11, iPhone 8. They can't perform the same. They can't perform the same. You can't compare a Mercedes-Benz with a RAV4. You can't compare. You can't compare a Lamborghini with the Benz. You can't. So, but don't forget that each has the advantages. Don't forget that, because someone will tell me, Coach Arafat, don't undermine my RAV4. It helps me to save. It's good at fuel consumption. So everything has the advantage and disadvantage. So these class D coins, they're very volatile. These low class coins. Now are you seeing a coin has moved 20% positive? Are you seeing it? Let me put on the 24-hour change so that we see this well. Let me put on the 24-hour change so that we see them. A coin has moved 33%. If you know what to do, you made good money. Because someone with $1,000, 33%, those are $330 just today. 24 hours just today. But it's a class D coin. If it goes against you, those who trade futures and forex, that will be negative 330. If it goes against you, negative 330. But now someone will say, why do we trade class A, for example? Let me give you an example. We have seen Bitcoin as only, let me show you. I'm going to bring Bitcoin. Bitcoin has just moved positive 4%. Allow me to, let me change the class so that we see this. Let me change my class. Okay, I'm looking for BTC. So now, where is BTC? Where is Bitcoin? Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? BTC. Aha. Where is Bitcoin? Is it changing? Okay. Now are you seeing Bitcoin has moved 4 points? Oh, okay. They are changing randomly. So bear with that. Bitcoin has moved up by 4%. That means that someone who predicted it right, with $1,000, that person is having $40. But if it has gone against, it is negative 40. You are still safe. But remember, someone trading a class D, it's having negative 330. So that is why most people trade class A coins. Why? That even if the market goes against you, the class A coins are not so much volatile. They don't move up a lot. They don't move down a lot. At least it's bearable. It's bearable. It's like going into a business, which is very risky. You can invest in $1,000 and you don't have them tomorrow. But someone will say, okay, maybe 1,000, maybe I can lose 100. I can make losses over 100, but at least I will stay with a 900, meaning that you can still move on. I told the people, let me repeat this once again. If you're trading Forex or manually trading futures, don't think that you're going to make profits only. There are moments where you're going to make losses. But what we consider here to call it a good trading strategy is because the profits outweigh the loss. Let me show you this by example on my account. Let me click the bot page. You're going to see this. So in this side of crypto, we call it floating loss. So now let me show you my total profit and loss and my unrealized profit and loss. Are you seeing? My profits are $986. My floating loss is negative 285. What does that mean? 986 minus 285. I'm still in profits of $701, meaning that if I close my account, I'll get the $700. This is good business. If my negative was bigger than my profit, you would be worried. This is like in business. You earn $1,000 a month, but your expenditure is $2,000. You are going to go for loans because that is not enough. Where you are operating a business, you pay $300 as rent a month, but your profits are $200. You're going to be in losses because you can't be able to afford that place that you're renting. This is the same thing this side. The reason why people trade class A and why I would recommend you to trade class A, because even me, the currencies that you see here that I'm trading are class A. If the market has gone against me, now you see, Ethereum has gone against me by negative $191. But if it's class D, you'll find here like negative $500. Because I've seen such accounts of friends having alarming floating loss. But I know this floating loss will be recovered. Why? Because these currencies are stable. They are stable. They offer opportunities in both market movements, both up and down. I have no worry and panic. This is what I always talk about. I sleep well with the strategy that I'm using. So now this has been the old part. Hopefully, this has also been explained clearly. Then we have what we call the TradeFi. TradeFi. These are different categories, TradeFi. So make sure now, if you're into this space, make sure that Google is your friend or ChatGPT any. Because now, for example, TradeFi, you can come to your Google and ask TradeFi meaning in crypto. You can search something like that, then you get something. So now here they tell us TradeFi stands for traditional finance. And they tell us that this refers to the established centralized banking and financial systems, such as banks, stock exchanges, and regulators that have governed the economy for decades. So they tell us that within the crypto space, it is used as a contrast to decentralized finance and centralized crypto finance, highlighting traditional institutions' reliance on intermediaries and fiat currency. And they give us the characteristics. You can go through them. So, but what I wanted to show you, even they show us here the difference, what and what, you can go through them. So they show us that the TradeFi or the traditional finance operates 9 to 5 schedules, meaning Monday to Friday. Whereas crypto operates 24/7 a full year. Those who trade Forex, who trade gold, who trade the dollar, who trade the pound, no. You only trade from Monday to Friday. But for us who trade Bitcoin and other crypto assets, we trade Monday to Monday. We have no off day, 24/7. So these currencies that you see here, as I've told you, traditional finance, they work Monday to Friday. If you're going to trade them, they only work for 5 days. That is when they are tradable. That is why when you want to trade gold on a Sunday or Saturday, you can't open an order. So now these are the TradeFi, traditional finance. And I've told you that you have seen something saying the centralized banks or the institutions. So the currencies that you see here, they have some bit of collaboration with the central authorities. That is the traditional finance. We also have the volume. You can click on the volume, the price, the 24-hour change to see the best performers, the worst performers. There are categories. You see class B, class A, you see class D, everything is clear. So if we go to the category of the top category, top, as you hear the word top, meaning something outstanding. No wonder you see Bitcoin coming first. So these are the top, the best. In crypto, these are the best. So we have the AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. So we have what we call the artificial intelligence agents. Use Google as your friend. As I told you, in this industry, no one knows it all. Make sure you use Google for such information. Let me see AI agents. AI agents, meaning in crypto, AI agents, crypto. So they tell us that the AI agents in crypto are autonomous, artificial intelligence driven software programs that manage blockchain wallets, execute smart contracts, and trade assets without continuous human oversight. These agents analyze market trends and automate tasks with top projects. They've given us an example like Fetch AI, Virtuous Protocol, and Artificial Intelligence 16, reaching significant market capitalizations. So they tell us here the definition and function. These agents use LLMs and machine learning to make decisions and perform on-chain actions such as swapping. Swapping means changing a cryptocurrency. For example, you can swap Bitcoin to USDT. You swap USDT to Bitcoin. That is what swapping means. Staking means, for example, you have Bitcoin, you stake it on your crypto exchange like Binance, then they tell you, we shall be giving you 1% daily. So we have what we call minting and minting NFTs. So they tell you they can operate 24/7 to analyze data. So these are the AI agents. As we have seen, these are made so that they can make decisions without humans. And we are seeing this technology happening right now. You can design a poster, you can do anything just by ChatGPT. There are very many things that you can do. So these are one of the young sectors that are going to be big sectors in the coming years. So if you spot a good AI agent crypto project that you have made analysis on in the long run, these are some of the sectors, because now we know AI is rolling, the artificial intelligence is rolling everywhere in the jobs. But don't forget that a human, you stay as a human. But I'm putting this in the business world. A human, you stay as a human because you can think and you can do some things. Because personally, I use ChatGPT and I've really seen it can make some mistakes, but it really helps very many things. Arafat, the jobs that I would have given, for example, to a graphic designer and some people, I no longer hire them because I can do those things myself. But don't forget that if you're going to invest, if God helps you to identify a good crypto AI agent project, those are the booming sectors. But you need to make sure if you're doing sport, I told you, in the long run. But those that have been with me here know that we are investing early 2027 because we have seen the stats of the bull run. early 2027 to prepare for the next bull run in 2029. Make sure you don't forget that. Those that want to do sports, if you're looking for daily profits, go for futures trading. We already have a trading strategy about that. So these minutes are for questions. I would like us to end here because the most important thing is to move slow but sure. Don't go in fast because I want to rush you. Even if I talk about the word volume only, it's enough. Because I'm sure you won't forget that thing. That is why we go slow but sure. And God willing, we shall always have this technical session every Wednesday. Meaning that next Wednesday, we are going to have episode 14 of the Ultimate Trading Technical Session. We shall see other categories. So now, I would like to thank everyone who has been with us via the TikTok Live. Thank you very much for attending. Those that have been with us on the Google meeting, I see Mr. Abdul Karim Said, Mr. Buga Boniface was recorded for us this session tonight. Thank you very much. Mr. Dennis Nzeimana, thank you very much for attending. Mr. Francis, thank you very much for attending. Madam Grace, thank you very much for attending. Madam Hanifa Kasoma, thank you very much for attending. Mr. David, thank you very much for attending. Mr. Joshua Kaketo, Mr. Chimbugwe Charles, Madam Mariam, thank you very much for attending. Mr. Matthias, Madam Patricia, Mr. Phil, Mr. Rahman, Mr. Sadiq, thank you very much for attending. So do we have any question before we call it a night? Because these technical sessions are always good so that you ask a question. You can use the chat room or you can just click on your microphone once so that you ask a question, even if it is not based on what I've taught tonight. Feel free. Feel free to ask a question if you have it. Do we have any question before we call it a night? Any question? Any question? Any question? Yes, Mr. Rahman, I see your arm raised. Please, you can click on your microphone and ask your question.
Good evening to everyone. I'm sorry, Leader Arafat, you just allowed me to use Luganda.
It's okay, my brother. It's okay.
Kakati natandise okozesa strategy eri ya 5 pairs, trading 5 pairs nensettinga ng'era bw'erina okukolebwa naye profit wange alaga $4 ate era ne negative naye eraga $4. How is it there?
Okay, thank you very much for your question, brother, Mr. Rahman. So Mr. Rahman was saying that he has just started using our strategy 5 that we recommend to everyone to use because of its proven risk management and capital protection. But he's saying that his profit so far here is seeing $4 in green and $4 and negative 4 in red. So now your account has just started running, as you have said. So I'm going to answer both in English and Luganda, but let me first start with English. So now the reason is because in the long run, your profits will outweigh the negative. What brings the unrealized profit and loss, and why do they call it unrealized? They call it unrealized because Arafat, or you, my dear friend, you haven't decided to close your trades. Because if I close my trades right now, this is the loss that will encounter. I will lose $284. But don't forget that even I will take profits, my profits still outweigh, meaning that if I close this account, I will make the losses. But I will not take $986 because there are some losses here that will deduct this money up to $700. But if I'm patient, this unrealized profit and loss can decrease. Because what makes it increase, the more the market moves against your set trade direction, that causes floating loss. As you see, Ethereum was set in a short position, but now the market is moving up. That is why you see my negative has increased. But when the market starts going down, next Wednesday we shall be here. It won't be the same floating loss. It will either have decreased or increased. It can increase or decrease. But I'm sure it will have decreased because this is how the market moves. So now the floating loss, you shouldn't worry with our as long as you're using our strategy and it is being set well. Even you can start your account and you find yourself having negative 100 when your profits are just positive 30. But in the long run, because these trades, I explained this last time to Mr. Joshua, these trades have what we call more than one maximum order. You see Ethereum short here. You see it in its short position. But there is a moment where Arafat in my settings, I said, if this position goes against me heavily, place in another order that is in favor of the market. Meaning that within, as the market is moving against me, I have another order that can be making me profits. And if I make more profits, the losses will decrease. As you see, there are some trades here that are already moving in my favor. You see this trade, for example, my profits are greater than the floating loss. So that is why we set these trades in both directions. The robot will decide either to open in short or long, meaning that all trades can't be put in the short position at a go. So that shouldn't be a worry at any moment. So kyembadde nnyonnyola kiri nti floating loss okusinga profit wo oba okwenkana tekirina kweraliikiriza. Because bw'obanga strategy eno wagiseetinze bulungi nga bwe tugiseetinga, amagoba gamala ne gasinga floating loss. Ate floating loss ekyo kiri kintu ekiri temporary. Osobola okukeera enkya nga tewali floating loss. Kuba ekireeta floating loss oyo kwe kubeera nti akatale, for example, oyinamu Ethereum eri mu short position. Short kitegeeza akatale kagenda kukka. Robot yagitaddemu ng'erowooza Ethereum egenda kukka. Ate Ethereum katale n'erinnya. Kitegeeza kiba kigenda kuleeta floating loss. Kuba kye waseetinze si kye kibaddewo. Naye olw'okuba nti strategy eno tubeera ne coin 5. Coin zonna teziteekebwa mu direction nti akatale kagenda kukka nedda. Robot eteeka mu directions ez'enjawulo n'egamba nti zino ngeri gye nzirabamu akatale kajja kukka, ate zino akatale kajja kwambuka. Kitegeeza nti osobola okwesanga akaseera ng'eriyo coin etakola bulungi, naye ate nga coin zino olw'okuba zikola bulungi zisinga kiri. Ojja kusanga coin emu ekkolera $100 ng'emu, ng'ezange wooziraba wano ku screen. Eriyo coin yakankolera $9. Okiraba? Kati w'ojjako kino kumpi floating loss ono yenna ali covered, Ethereum gwereese. Osange coin endala nga zino ng'ate zo amagoba gaazo gasinga floating loss. So floating loss si kyakweraliikiriza, ffenna tukifuna. Kyova nange nkulaze ku akawunti yange nange nkiina, tekiri nti kiri ku akawunti yo. Naye gye biggweera amagoba gaffe gasinga floating loss. Gwe ky'olina okukola butanyiga trades zo. Kuba wonna ozinyiga floating loss wo ojja kuba okkiriza okole loss oyo. Now guys, are you seeing my floating loss? Even it's decreasing now. It was 284, it's 278. So the goal is to be patient. We all experience this, but in the long run, your profits will outweigh the floating loss as long as you set with the clear parameters that we gave you. We all experience it. So that shouldn't be your worry. So, considering Mr. Rahman, ekibuuzo kyo kiddiddwamu bulungi. Okitegedde bulungi mukama wange?
Nkitegedde bulungi, mpozi n'ekirala.
Yes, sir.
Nti omuntu ayina atandise na gas wa $45 asobola otradinga strategy eyo ng'atandise ne $100.
Yes, asobola. Kisoboka. It's possible. He's asking that with $45 gas package and $100 capital, can you trade? Yes, our strategy starts with $100 to set it. The strategy starts with $100 and the minimum gas package is $45. So members, allow me to end here. It's been a long night. I know you all have other things to do. Some have to go to work tomorrow very early, but we are going to get this presentation because it has been recorded by Mr. Buga. And once we get it, I'm going to upload it on the YouTube page and I will post it on all WhatsApp groups. And you can also feel free to send it to other members. So thank you very much, guys. May the Almighty God ease and bless everything for every one of us. Have a great night. See you on Saturday in our introduction to cryptocurrencies and trading. If you have someone new that needs to understand crypto, you have tried to explain to your family member, your colleague has failed to understand, Saturday, the person will really understand and will join cryptocurrencies and you trading. Have a blessed night. Let's meet on Saturday.